Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to do an introduction or a part one or before video for a project car that I recently picked up. So this is a 2003 Toyota MR2 Spyder. I picked this up off an older guy who couldn't drive it anymore due to health issues. And so this is kind of the first part. I'm going to be going through this cheap project car rebuild series or restoration video series. This is, again, really cheap that I picked up. I'm not going to be spending too much money on it. I'm trying to fix it up and get it running for as cheap as possible. As you can see, it needs a lot of work. The exterior, interior, the engine, everything needs work, like a full rebuild basically. So I've always wanted one of these and finally got around to getting one of these in my 30s. I think I was pretty much destined to have one of these at some point. I remember back in the 2000s when my mom was buying a Toyota for herself, and I was 6-7 years old in the dealership with her, and they had a bright red Spyder in the showroom, and the salespeople were super friendly and let me sit in it and check it out and everything and ogle it. And ironically enough, not too much later, our next door neighbor got a bright yellow one of these, and he was always out in his driveway washing it and just standing there looking at it and just obsessing over it. So I wanted one from then and was probably destined to have one at that point. I remember my buddy recently picked up one of these as well and let me drive it around, and it was just so much fun to drive and handled so great and was just put a smile on your face every time you drive it. So I really wanted one at that point. So kind of a slept on car by the general car community, by car guys, and doesn't get a lot of love from the MR2 community in general, which is a shame because these handle so great. They're kind of like a poor man's Lotus Elise or Porsche. So and I intend to fix it up hopefully fairly quick and get it up and running, and having a fun weekend car that I could take out on some twisty roads, some back roads. That'd be great. So follow along as I rebuild it and see what all is wrong with it here. Definitely some questionable light modifications done by the previous owner, like this light bar. As you may have noticed, nothing on the front bumper fits right or is aligned right, like this cover here, and then the fog light covers, which are aftermarket, done by the previous owner. Here's the front area with the spare tire still in there, surprising. And the driver headlight is all messed up, just kind of sitting in here loosely, probably some broken plastic tabs. And the front plastic is just sitting in here loosely. It's not attached to anything, no plastic retaining clips holding anything down. The OEM radio head unit is in here. Not sure what it's doing here or if it works or not, but it's here. And here's the driver's side quarter panel. As you can see, it's pretty ugly looking. The paint is peeling and chipped on it. There's some rust on the top of it as well, and gaps everywhere. This is creased slightly, so the door rubs on it a bit. Thankfully, the previous owner gave me both quarter panels, which you can remove with just bolts. You don't need to cut and weld or anything. And you can see the gap on the bottom here at the door sill. Looks really ugly, doesn't feel just right, so these will be replaced, this one and the passenger side as well. And here's the passenger side quarter panel. As you can see, it's in a lot worse shape than the driver's side. The previous owner told me that his neighbor backed into the car while it was parked, so there's this massive dent or push-tin area. So this quarter panel would need to be replaced as well. Thankfully, the previous owner provided those quarter panels, and these are pretty easy to replace. They're just bolts, no cutting and welding needed to get this off. And here's the soft top. It's a fabric soft top, pretty good condition overall. I think the previous owner replaced it a few years back. And then the rear window is glass and has defroster in it, which is nice. And you can see that the car's been sitting outside for a while. There's some algae growing on the soft top, and it leaks a bit of water as well, so I'll have to check the drains, see if they're clogged, and clean them out. think it's very surprising that the windshield doesn't have any cracks in it or any huge rock chips, given that it's sat outside for a long time. You can see that it has been sitting outside for a long time with all the pine needles and crap that's built up underneath the windshield wipers. Now the engine is the original 1ZZ, has 130,000 miles on it according to the dash, and the engine's completely toast. I'm going to have to be replacing this. You can see it in my short, but basically the engine has a snapped connecting rod, and I believe it was due to massive oil leaks that it has, and it was run low on oil, so the connecting rod snapped. So I'll be replacing this engine. Most likely just going to go the cheapest, simplest route possible and swapping it out with a low mileage 1ZZ JDM engine, just for simplicity and cost sake. And I think the 1ZZ, is underappreciated. You can, make it, liven it up quite a bit with the right modifications. I know most people swap to a 2ZZ or a K series, but I'll be doing the simple route. Now, as you can see, the interior is in pretty rough shape. The driver's seat is torn, the seat bottom, the bolsters are split. Passenger seat isn't too bad. There's a lot of missing trim as well. A lot of pieces missing inside of here. Really rough shape. There's mildew, mold growing in here as well, so it's going to need a very deep clean and pieces and trim put back together. And here's the interior from the passenger side. As you can see, it looks worse from this angle. The center console is all torn apart and missing pieces, and the radio and everything, not sure why that is. And then the glove boxes are both janky and missing latches and aren't aligned quite right, kind of loose in here. But hey, on the bright side, at least the previous owner left me the wheel lock key. And here's that janky glove box that I can't get closed. It's not aligning right, which is really bothering my OCD. So I'll have to look into getting this fixed as well. And there's a missing door trim piece, as well as some extra goodies that the previous owner left me. He was nice enough to leave me this sweet pen. Bonus item, I got these sweet Camaro floor mats. So yeah, there's the project car, the MR2 Spyder. I'm excited to finally own one of these. I've had NA Miatas and NB Miatas and about 35 other cars, and this car just handles so great. I feel like it handles much better than the Miatas do, and has about the same horsepower, about 140 horsepower. But it only weighs 2,200 pounds, which is about 150 pounds lighter than a NB Miata, which is insane, and just driving it, it turns in so much better as a mid-engine car and handles so well, and you can really, hit those corners well in this car. So I'm excited to get it up and running and driving and taking it on some fun roads as well, having the top down and stuff during the summer. Hopefully I'll get it up and running before the summer here. So if you want to follow along for that, please do subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video. If you have any questions, please drop those in the comments for me below and follow along. Hopefully this will be inspirational for everyone watching as well. So hopefully it'll encourage you to do this on your own if you're interested in cars and want to work on them. This will be hopefully motivation for you that you can do this on your own, and you don't have to spend too much money doing this, and you don't have to have a lot of knowledge or skills. You can learn everything on YouTube basically, how to do this. Plans are kind of light OEM plus modifications, paint, body work, interior, engine, 1ZZ in there again, and then wheels, coilovers, some engine modifications, hopefully a hardtop eventually, roll bar, maybe some race seats or something like that. But yeah, if you're interested, follow along, subscribe, comment, like the video, and see you in the next one.